What if I told you that some of the things you judge yourself for are actually signs of higher intelligence? Not your grades, not your achievements, and definitely not your job title. I'm talking about the psychological patterns you show without even noticing, patterns that reveal depth, insight, and a mind that processes the world on a different level. So let's break down 7 signs you're smarter than you think. Pay attention, because you might recognize yourself in more of these than you expect. 1. You talk to yourself more than you admit. You might think it makes you weird. Psychology says it makes you smart. Researchers call this self-generated feedback, and it helps your brain organize information, regulate emotions, and solve problems more efficiently. People with higher cognitive processing often speak their thoughts out loud because their brain is running multiple layers of logic at once. You're not crazy, and that's a sign of a mind that works faster than it can stay silent. 2. You feel like you don't know enough. It's called intellectual humility, and it's one of the strongest predictors of real intelligence. People with lower ability overestimate themselves, but people with higher intelligence constantly feel like they have more to learn. It's not insecurity. It's awareness. You don't think you're smart because you see how big the world is. And in psychology, that awareness is a mark of deep thinking, not weakness. 3. You overthink, but in a strategic way. You don't let your first instinct control you. You analyze. You pause. You question the outcome before making a move. Psychologists call this cognitive reflection, the ability to override impulsive responses and dig deeper before acting. It's a thinking style linked to high problem-solving ability and long-term decision-making. Some call it overthinking, but behind the scenes, it's actually your mind running simulations and preventing mistakes. That's not anxiety. That's intelligence doing its job. 4. You choose solitude over loud crowds. You're not antisocial. Your brain simply works better in environments where it can breathe. Studies show that highly intelligent people need less social stimulation to feel satisfied. Your mind is active enough internally that constant noise, small talk, and surface-level interactions feel draining or pointless. When you choose quiet environments, it's not because you're awkward. It's because your brain is optimized for depth, focus, and clarity. That's not a flaw. That's a feature. 5. You notice patterns people don't see. Your brain connects dots automatically. You see motives, inconsistencies, mistakes, and future consequences long before others recognize them. This is called pattern recognition, one of the core components of intelligence. You can walk into a room and feel the energy shift. You can look at someone's behavior and predict their next move. You catch details that others overlook. People might call you observant, analytical, or too sensitive. But it's really your mind processing information on a deeper level than most people operate on. 6. You get lost in your thoughts. You replay conversations, analyze ideas, and imagine possibilities. Psychologists link this to spontaneous cognition, the brain's ability to generate creative insights when it's not focused on anything specific. Many of the world's breakthroughs, from inventions to art to philosophical ideas, started with a wandering mind. If you often find yourself in your inner world, it doesn't mean you're disconnected. It means your brain is constantly running creative simulations. That's not distraction. That's imagination at work. 7. You learn things faster than you realize. Not by memorizing, but by understanding. You grasp concepts quickly, connect ideas intuitively, and figure things out with minimal explanation. This is called fluid intelligence, your ability to adapt, analyze, and understand new information. You don't brag about it. You don't even notice it. But the speed at which you learn, adapt, and improve is far above average. If you find yourself picking up skills faster than the people around you, that's not luck, it's ability. So if you talk to yourself, if you feel like you don't know enough, if you enjoy solitude, overanalyze, drift into deep thoughts, or see patterns others miss, you're not too much, you're not weird. You might just be smarter than you ever gave yourself credit for. And if you love exploring the psychology behind the mind, your mind, make sure you subscribe. Because on this channel, we don't just learn about people, we decode them.